Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. Today we're talking about Hellfest. Hellfest was released in 2018 and was directed by Gregory Plotkin, who also worked on Get Out and Happy Death Day. The film opens up with a stereotypical slasher movie scene where an unknown character is being chased or followed by a killer. We all know the deal. The killer's introduced, that character gets killed, and now we can begin the real story. So we jump forward a few years. Our main character, Natalie, is arriving at the apartment of her former roommate and best friend, Brooke. This is where we're also introduced to Taylor, who's now living with Brooke and apparently doesn't really get along with Natalie. Shortly after that, we're introduced to the other three characters. Gavin, who is awkward and has a crush on Natalie, and Brooke's and Taylor's boyfriends, Quinn and Asher. As soon as the characters are introduced, as it is with almost every slasher flick, it's kind of obvious who is going to survive and who's going to be killed. Although Hellfest doesn't check all of the boxes when it comes to character stereotypes, it still follows at least some of the rules when it comes to that. So let's go over the characters. First, Natalie. She's the shy, quiet, very obviously main character. Also, it can be assumed early on that she's going to be the final girl. Brooke. She's Natalie's best friend. For me, she was a toss-up. I figured she would be killed at some point, but I guessed it would be kind of close to last. This was based mostly on the fact that she was actually a likable character, whereas most of the time, slasher movies like to pair the quiet, shy final girl with a typical mean girl as her best friend, so we don't really care when she gets killed off. Gavin. Just like Brooke, Gavin was kind of unknown for me. I figured he would die eventually, since slashers don't typically leave a surviving male character, but I guess he would be one of the last to go. Like, maybe he would somehow sacrifice himself so Natalie could escape or something. Next, we have Brooke's boyfriend, Quinn. This guy was definitely going to die. I think Quinn would typically play the role of the asshole jock type character where he's so unlikable that the audience actually kind of roots for his death, but that wasn't really him. Although he wasn't an asshole, he's still forgettable, so he had to go. Taylor's boyfriend, Asher. Another one that had to go. Just like Quinn, he really didn't fit any stereotype, but either way, it wouldn't be a slasher without some forgettable characters to kill off, so... Last, we have Taylor. To me, Taylor was the only unlikable character. She fit the stereotype of edgy, goth, rock chick. I was actually kind of glad when she got killed. Her over-the-top love for all things horror was just really annoying. I found myself just rolling my eyes whenever she talked. Like, okay, we get it. You love scary shit. Now, shut the hell up and let's keep it moving. So this group of friends heads to Hellfest, which is basically a horror amusement park. There are several mazes and houses to get through, all of which eventually lead to the Deadlands, which is the only way to get to the final area, Hell. Basically, the way this movie progresses is this. Natalie sees something that she feels pretty certain is real, and then she's either convinced that it's part of the act or someone doesn't believe her when she tells them what she saw. For example, when Natalie sees the killer stab a girl to death inside one of the first mazes they go through, it's clear that she thinks it may be real, but then outside immediately after, she sees another girl get fake stabbed and run away laughing. Later on, when she's assaulted in the bathroom, the security guard, of course, doesn't believe her, and instead says that her friend Gavin is playing a prank on her. So throughout most of the movie, Natalie is either convinced by herself or others that what she's seeing is just part of the experience. Although this is pretty unbelievable at times, it's basically what drives the movie forward, so I'll give it a pass. Let's talk about the gore for a minute. It wouldn't be a slasher movie without some cool kills, right? Hellfest isn't really over the top with its kills, but there are a couple of decent ones. The two scenes that come to mind are the mallet scene inside the toy room and the syringe kill. Both of these scenes have some graphic close-up shots, although they are pretty brief. I thought the scene with the girl being stabbed in front of Natalie was well done also. Other than those, I thought the other kills were pretty lame, and really overall, the body count was low for a movie about a crowded horror amusement park. If the killer wanted to, he really could have racked up some kills before anyone even knew what hit them. After all, nobody even believed Natalie when she tried to tell them what was going on, and up until a certain point, she didn't even believe herself, and she watched someone get murdered right in front of her. Now, I may sound like I'm trashing the movie a little bit, but I'm really not. I think it holds up fairly well. It had some pretty cool scenes. For example, I like the scenes where the killer had Gavin's phone and was texting Natalie, the dark room with all the white masks, and how the killer had a mask that blended in with the actors in the Deadlands. And for the most part, the characters don't do unbelievably stupid things like they do in most slasher films. Except for that one part where Brooke is trying to lead Natalie out and she's like, here, I think this is the exit. And then we're shown like 2 seconds later that there's a big ass sign above them that says hell. Like we're supposed to believe neither one of them saw that. I also kind of like the ending and how it leaves it open for a sequel. It doesn't look like there's going to be one, but it could explore the killer more and explain who he is and why he's doing what he's doing. Overall, I enjoyed Hellfest. It's a decent, fun, late-night slasher film to watch. It's not groundbreaking by any means, but it was good enough to keep my attention all the way through, so I don't feel like I wasted my time watching it. With all that being said, I give Hellfest 6 needles to the eye out of 10. That's all for this review. Let me know what you thought of Hellfest down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.